Before we begin, I just want to say on this game that I'm actually around a 1300 rank, not a pro at all. So my commentary is just kind of like a friendly amateurish commentary for my benefit and for James's benefit, and for any of people who play who want to who are similar levels, just to kind of give a better idea of the game. So take it for what it's worth. It's just friendly commentary. Uh, James opens up with a kingside pawn. I open up with a flank pawn. It's a Sicilian defense. It's my favorite defense to play for black in this situation. My with that pawn move at the end, it's considered the Najdorf variation. It's to kind of stop the bishop from coming in and checking the king. I move my pawn up on the right side of the board, or left side of the board, to v-and-kettle my bishop, which I just did. I like to v-and-kettle my bishop if the center is clear for me. If my pawn is blocking it, I usually don't v-and-kettle because I don't like the bishop being blocked by the pawn. James is coming up with the flank pawn like that, the rim pawn. Not sure what he's doing. The A file pawn. I don't know why he's marching it so hot, so far, but just kind of continue with my development. Right now, I'm attacking it with two pieces. He sees that, and he defends. Here's my big blunder. I could have taken that bishop, but because I was so focused on my plan already, I just ignored it. I could have taken it with the pawn. It was definitely a mistake from him that he got away with. Whenever we play these fast games, there's so many mistakes, man. So many. It's frustrating sometimes, but you see, I tell him like he made that mistake, but he got away with it, so good on him. Yeah, see, I think about pushing that pawn. I like I said, I don't want to. I don't want it to be in front of that bishop that I have in-kettled. Um, Finally, a castle. He brings the pawn up. A few moves ago, he centered his rook onto the e file, I believe. Yeah, that's a good move. You know, you want the rook to be behind the pawns, especially past pawn, which is kind of about to go. I challenge him with the. I want to see if he'll take with the en passant, but he doesn't. So no biggie. And he makes the first move into my territory. You know, this is kind of going into mid game now. I don't really have a strategy. I'm just developing. You know, I want to develop my pieces and then look and see what I can do. So from here, it's now I'm just, you know, moving things around. I'm giving him the opportunity to take because usually if he takes first, it benefits me because it puts my pieces in a better position. Instead of me taking and then him taking with a piece, and then his piece becomes a more active piece. So I move my knight away because obviously I don't want him to take it with the pawn, but it's in another position where he can make the exchange, and if he does make the exchange, it puts my piece in a better position, a more active position, and so I would favor that more. Again, James is just killing the clock for his side. I have like a minute of. I don't even used a minute so far. So he makes the exchange, and so my bishop is now more centered in the middle, in a better position, and now his center pawn is being threatened by my bishop and a pawn. He moves his knight there. You know, he likes to set up the knight very close to my queen, or very close to my king, usually to bring the queen over there to follow. I usually try to get rid of it. anything that threatens on that side by James, I usually just trying to get rid of it, um, because those setups are just annoying. So I take the free pawn. He can't take with his rook because he'll get eaten by the pawn that's protecting it. And he moved that pawn because I'm attacking his rook, so it was a good move to do that. He saw the capture. And and with that pawn move now, I'm attacking his knight on the other side. And so I'm kind of hoping he doesn't see that. But even if he does, at least it kicks it off. Again, just eating the clock. See, now he opened up, trying to attack my bishop, but that just leaves me. He just gives me the rook after that. And remember, the knight is still being attacked by the queen, which I think I exchange right now after making sure that, yeah, it's safe to do so. And that lets me take that pawn over on the other side, in the middle of the board, if he ignores it. Foolishly, though, I leave the bishop there. I should have brought it back. Whenever you V-and-Kettle your bishop, you want to protect it. You don't want to give it up. It weakens your king side to get rid of it. And yeah, I just take with that. Yeah, whenever you V-and-Kettle the bishop, you want to keep it in its position unless you have a really good reason to, because it now protects your king. And to get rid of it, for just an exchange, it weakens your king side dramatically. So we make the queen exchange, and I get a free pawn following it. So almost at the end game. See, that's why I lose my bishop. I was like, damn it. I wasn't paying attention. Should have brought it back. As soon as he brung that bishop over there, I probably should have brought back my bishop. But so it happens. I'm not paying attention. I had plenty of time to think about it too. I should really stop and think more about my position, especially when I have so much time. And here I'm just kind of challenging, and that sets me up for a promotion. This endgame I actually play very sloppy, very not proud of my endgame. I definitely need to work on it, and I think most people do anyway. So um, now, if you notice, he has one bishop left, and that's a black squared bishop. And if you notice, most of my pieces are on a white square. That's done intentionally. It's so that his bishop becomes useless. The bishop only attacks black squares, and I can't believe I did that. I messed up. But his bishop only attacks black squares. So in the end game, you really want your pieces to be on the white squares, making the bishop almost useless. So that was intentional. In the mid game, you want the opposite. You want your pieces to be on their square so you can block them. But in the end game, you want it's a different strategy. And right now, I'm just trying to promote a piece, and I'm kind of being weak at it and not doing it as correctly as I wish I could. I think I get it here. No. He uses the bishop to protect. And as you see again, the time he got like 20 seconds. I got 2 minutes. I think I do make the exchange here. When you're up in pieces, am I up in pieces? Yeah, I'm up in pieces. I have an extra rook. So when you are up in pieces, it's always good to make the exchange. You always want to make an exchange, and because you're just getting stronger as you get closer to the end game. And so I kind of know that piece is gone. Piece is dead. So I had 2 shots to promote. They failed both of them. And here I need to be careful because those doubled pawns like that. See, a little overzealous. Relax, James. You don't need to take pieces that strong. But I need to be careful here because those pawns can march and they can check the king and keep pushing. It can be very annoying. He could promote. It's very. It doesn't look like it's strong, but it is. I know to be careful. I don't want to get in a position where he's constantly checking my king. I'm being pushed back and I have nothing to do. And so even though I can take that pawn, I'm really hesitant to do so. I'm glad I have this time to think. And this goes to another theme when you're playing with speed chess, is that you really don't want to take too much time on your turn because you're giving your opponent free time to think. All this thinking is done on my turn, but he's getting that time. I'm paying for his time to think. And that's not good because while I'm thinking of my move, he should be thinking of his move, and his move is going to be right quick, right after the next, and then my time starts ticking again. And so finally, I just decide to take it. It keeps his king there. And I guess the video stopped. Unfortunately, I guess it didn't capture the whole thing. Maybe it went too long. That's unfortunate. He ended up losing on time, though. There was only 4 seconds left, and he lost. I think he lost. For sure he lost, but maybe it was a checkmate. So yeah, well, that's that game.